Hello everybody, and welcome to the highlights video for this week's game against Milwaukee. There's our game day roster. I am Marcus Valavello. I'm the head coach of the Kansas City Blues Division 1, and I've been asked by Matthew Panama Hoover to give a little bit of a narration of what happened on the weekend. If you were there, it was one hell of a game, and we got the scoring off here with a nice little nifty pass by Kenny to put away Blake Beatty into space. And if you keep your eye on Kenny, he starts to play patty cake with the Milwaukee halfback, and then he decides, nah, you're good. And we get back to playing some rugby. Kelly had a great day with the boot. I think he only missed one conversion, and that was to Sean Murray's try in the second half. So considering we only won the game by 4 points, spoiler alert, it definitely made a difference that Kelly had a good day with the boot. Nice little kick downfield here, scrambles across, and Brody makes an important open field tackle there, which gets us the turnover, and Milwaukee don't really get too well set up here on defense. And Casey makes a great read here. He glances over to his right and goes back short side to an open 4-on-1, and Afa walks in and scores untouched. And I know Kenny was salty about that because Afa really picked his pocket. That was going to be Kenny's try, and Afa went, nope, that's mine. Shout out to the Starb Realty Group. Mike Starb has been a long time player of the Kansas City Blues, and we appreciate their sponsorship, their support. Working with a nice line there out in the open field. He knew he doesn't have the wheels to get there, but Nasworthy, like every great winger, is sniffing around for an opportunity, and he runs a nice little tight line there to score under the post. Van Hooser and F-Tink, another great sponsor of the Kansas City Blues. We appreciate their support. And at 21-0, 20 minutes into the game, you would have been forgiven for thinking, okay, this one's over. But Milwaukee, man, they didn't give up and pushed us the full 79 minutes and made it really hard for us. Really sloppy defense in the middle of the park there. I have nothing nice to say about that, and there'll be a couple of guys who'll be hearing about that on Tuesday at training. Yeah, Milwaukee have had their ups and downs this season, but based off of the game on the weekend, I don't know why they didn't win more games this year. They've been knocking on the door, and they had an excellent effort from their boys on the weekend. Here we are defending on our own line on the short side. We don't recover and set our line fast enough. They go short one more time, and I asked Brody about this, and it seems like there's a question mark on that try, but the history books will show that it was indeed a try, and we'll have to live with that. 21-12, and the ill discipline costs us again. They tack on another 3 points. And it's something that we've been trying to focus on, trying to not be so expensive with the penalties and the piggybacking teams down our end of the field. This one stung a little bit because our defensive realignment, our shape back on defense really hurt us. A kick return that should not have gotten this far downfield, and we just never really killed the play. Kelly makes a nice tackle there, but we don't come back around fast enough onto the short side, and a relatively simple try there after the great kick return from their fullback two. In my opinion, had a great game. He had a great day, and was a big part of the reason why they scored all the points they did. Shout out to the Brooksider. They're a big supporter of the club, and we appreciate them. Some more poor defending here on the edge, but we do scrap and battle to get back in a better position. This wasn't what we were looking for. I hold them to a higher standard than that, and I'm not calling anybody out. I think everybody knows what went wrong there and what we have to do to fix that this week at training. Columbus this weekend is going to be a hard-fought game. They've got a 13-hour drive to get down here, but on their day they've always pushed us, so we're definitely not going to take them lightly. We managed to win a penalty here, and Kelly again with the boot slots another one to keep it close. At this point of the game, the momentum kept swinging back and forth, and I don't think anybody knew what was going to be happening later on. James Poley, his first game back in the Blues colours, not probably the way he wanted to make his debut. I know he regrets throwing that pass. It was the right idea, just poor execution, and he's a little rusty. We'll grant him that one. Hopefully, he's overcome that serious knee injury that he's had for about a year and a half. This is a nice little interplay by Uffa and Casey on the short side. And again, Casey correctly identifies that there's an opportunity out here on the short side to dot over, and Sean manages to finish right there in the corner. This was a little infuriating to see from the sideline. We don't get the pick 5 there, but then we get marched 10 more meters for back chat, and what was going to be a difficult 42 meter penalty try ends up being a chip shot 25 meter try, and he slots it. That put them up 10, I believe, and it meant that instead of having to score once to get back in the game, we had to score twice. In the better part of 4.5 minutes, it was always going to be a tough ask. Some great interplay here on that short side, which we'd gotten a lot of success with, and then Uffa scores that try, which gets us back in the game, and Kelly takes the conversion. He didn't take it from the tee. We've worked on that at training, that if we need a quick conversion from right in front, just go ahead and drop kick it. And then this is where the magic happens. I was really happy for Cody. He's had a tough 12 months getting back into the game, and for him to dot down the try after the hooter that wins us this very important league game, I was very happy for him. And from the other sideline, I've got to say, this was easily the loudest I've heard us cheer. And I want to thank everybody who turned out and was screaming their lungs out. Fair dinkum, it was absolutely amazing, and I look forward to seeing you all this weekend against Columbus.